I think in 5, 10 years time, it will come out of vapes actually killing people,
Yeah, that's true.
and it will be the next thing like asbestos, cigarettes, and everyone will be like, "Oh my god, it's so bad for you." They'll start putting on the wrappers that it fucking kills, blah blah blah,
Well, they
and then
still
we'll all be like,
do.
"I told you so." And it's such a shame because everyone I know and love is vaping, and I'm just watching them slowly fucking kill themselves, and it's just horrible. It's like, how do you say GIF?
GIF.
No, it's not. It's GIF. GIF.
GIF. Why would it be GIF? It's a J. It's not J. It's G. GIF.
But why would it be a GIF?
GIF.
But then it's like, all right, why is the word generation not generation?
You make a valid
Explain
point, but
that.
I'm just telling you, it's GIF.
Hello and welcome back to the Bedtime Stories podcast, episode 17.
Oh, I almost forgot it was then. Woo! With
I
your
almost
host,
forgot.
Callum and Hannah. Hello, everyone. We're episode 17 now. We're getting nearly to the 20s now. We're nearly on the 20s.
We are almost on
Callum.
episode 20. I keep forgetting every time we start what episode we're actually on.
Yeah, literally same. Well-
Right, before we start this podcast, just want to tell everyone the energy levels might be a bit low because it's so hot.
Currently,
in this room.
we are filming this in 31 or 32 degrees in the UK right now.
In my bedroom, it's got to be at least 39.
With 10 million lights, cameras, action, the whole shebang.
We was gonna film outside because I was like, it's a beautiful day. Let's not waste it. Let's go film outside. Hannah was like, no, it's just gonna take too long. I can't be asked to do that.
No, it's not that. Logistically, because Callum's on the second floor, getting all the equipment, getting an extension lead downstairs, like it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a
granted,
lot.
it would have been long, and plus my granddad's outside drilling, so it would have been even longer.
Anyway.
Oh,
Jinx
Jinx
Palace,
Palace, you can't talk.
That was so weird.
Right, what have you been up to this week?
What we've been up to, again, we've just been going to the gym, we've been filming.
We are so boring.
Where is our social life? Actually, we had a lovely weekend together.
What, Geordie's birthday?
You went to an event for Boohoo, we went for shopping, we went for walks. It was actually quite a nice, wholesome weekend.
Yeah, I did. So I went to an RD event, a Boohoo Man RD launch event, and I'm not drinking alcohol at the moment, so I was just standing there. Everyone was dancing, having a good time, and I was just tired. And I hate to be the boring guy, but I'm just not drinking at the moment, and my energy levels were low that day anyway.
Yeah.
Couldn't be asked. And we went to Windsor as well.
Oh, that was lovely. We went for a lovely...
Wait, actually, how could you not remember that? That was like the sickest day.
No, it was a beautiful day. We did some nice shopping, went for a walk.
We went on a nice little date in Windsor, took some pictures, filmed some TikToks. Know what I mean?
So vibes are high. What else have you been up to, Callum? Because Callum now has a new YouTube obsession that I'd like for you to talk about.
What?
Beard meets food, Callum.
Oh my god, Beard
Callum
meets...
has not stopped watching his videos. If anyone doesn't know who he is, he basically does the food challenges where it's like the biggest meal in the world. He has to complete it in like
This
half an
man
hour.
can eat 20,000 calories in one sitting. I don't know how he does it. I don't know where he puts it. He's not a big guy, is he?
No,
He's not a big
no.
guy. I don't know where the fuck he puts this food, but he finishes plates that would feed the 5,000.
It's funny though because Callum sits there and he actually's like, how's he doing that? Like, well, Callum will watch him while he's eating. So I think it makes you motivated to eat.
It does. When I eat, I sit down and before I eat, I put him on because it makes me want to eat my food more and it makes me hungrier.
Just like shoving it all in.
It literally makes me hungrier.
The room in his body to the food that he has in front of him doesn't
correlate.
It doesn't correlate.
Does not correlate at all.
So guys, we asked you on Instagram to give us your relationship dilemmas.
Your Instagram dilemmas. This is going to become Jeremy Kyle.
And we thought, because we've been together for 6.5 years, nearly 7 years now, we know a lot about relationships in terms of getting older together and doing things together. We know, don't give that face, Callum. So we thought you might answer some questions and some dilemmas that you guys have with your relationship. So let's get into it.
I like to think we know what we're talking about. All right, we're still together. We're
yeah,
happy.
I mean, don't take our word as like, Bible, but...
So one that stood out to me was so I want to travel, but my partner wants a mortgage and kids. Now that is so understandable.
Yeah.
But the lucky thing with us is we both want to travel and we don't want kids yet.
No.
So how do you come to a compromise with that kind of thing?
I think it depends. This is the thing. It's literally situational. So say your partner is in a position where they have the money and they have the stability to want to have kids.
Yeah.
But how do you know? When is the right time? The one thing that I'm always going to say, and that's just because I'm biased, I think you need to do what you want to do and travel and do your own thing with your partner if you want, until you get to that stage where you're ready to. Do you know what I mean? Because if you settle down too early and you're not ready for it, say I really wanted to have kids now, and you weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
But I wanted it so bad, and because you love me so much, you did it. But you knew you weren't ready.
No, but I wouldn't. That's the thing.
But you'd regret life.
If you really, so for example, let's put it into a perspective. if you really wanted kids and I didn't, I wanted to travel,
Mm.
but you was insisting that we had to have kids and we couldn't travel and it was
Yeah.
my life dream,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be able to be together.
That's the thing.
Simple as that. If our paths didn't align, you wouldn't be able to be together. Now, I'm not saying break up with your spouse because you don't want to do the same thing. I'm saying try and come to a compromise because it again depends how old you are, depends how financially stable you are. If you've got loads of money, then yeah, go traveling. Just wait a few more years to have kids. They will always be there. But traveling, for example, it won't. Life will get
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
But it is it again. It's a compromise, isn't it? It's like you gotta come to a compromise.
It just depends on the kind of person that you are as well. If you're the kind of person that wouldn't want to go traveling, that it's never interested you, but your
Mm.
partner it really does, then maybe you do kind of say, I'll do it with you for a bit, see
Yeah.
how we like it. You have to find that balance.
You have to think as well when you do have kids, you can't really go
Well,
traveling
no,
as
you
much.
can't. You can't.
So yeah, no, that's the point actually. You got to remember when you do have kids, you won't be able to travel.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to travel. So you're better off getting the traveling out of the way than having the
Yeah.
kids.
Do the things that the young people do first, and then once that's out of the way and you've got
Mm,
it, you've enjoyed that part of life,
mm,
then do it, because that's one of the things that I always think, like people say when they have kids so young. And I'm not saying having kids young is a bad thing at all, because it's a beautiful thing. When you're ready to be a parent, you're ready to be a parent. It happens when it happens, right?
mm.
But one thing is people always say, I wish I'd done that. I wish I'd done this. I wish
Yeah,
I'd gone to there. I wish I'd been to here. I
yeah.
have never been there before. I want to go there. So just do it. Just get it out of the way and do it.
Just do it,
Just do
Nike.
it. Go on, let's get another one up.
All right, this one also stood out to me because this one's pretty tapped.
Oh
I'm not gonna
no.
lie, this one's
Okay, tell me,
fucked.
tell me, tell me.
I've slept with my brother's fiance and they're getting married next week.
What?
I've slept with my brother's fiance
Wait.
and they're getting married next week. What do you do in that situation?
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry. First of all, you're a dickhead for sleeping with your brother's fiance. You're actually a scum. Yeah. Second of all, like you tell him you take the beating or the killing, whatever, because that I think that deserves a shotgun to the head.
You shoot your brother. That's it though. Could you shoot your brother?
It's pretty fucked, isn't it?
There you go.
It's pretty fucked. Like you don't do that to family. That's messed up, bro.
But then like, what are the circumstances behind that? Why would you, like, is there something going on in a relationship that you like, why would you sleep? There are so many women in the world. There are so
But you sleep with
many
your brother's
people you could
fiance.
sleep with, and you decide to sleep with your brother's long-term girlfriend, obviously, and gonna be future wife. That's your choice as a man. Are you crazy?
Shame on you.
Shame on her.
Shame on her.
Shame on her.
Shame on both of them, Hannah.
Yes, Callum. Shame, 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 shame.
Disgusting.
What is the reason? Why would you bother? Why would you bother?
Some people think with their private parts, don't they?
Yeah.
Their penis does all the thinking for them. Know what I mean?
Ew.
All right, and then this one's just a bit controlling, in my opinion.
Oh, tell me.
My ex-boyfriend would not let me make any friends at all.
God.
Brother, let your girlfriend have as many friends as she wants, because then you can get rid of her at some
Callum, you
time.
can't say that.
All right, no, but there is some truth to what I just said. If your girlfriend doesn't have friends, you're going to be with each other 24/7. She's going to be down your throat. She's going to be in your pocket all the time because you're the only person she speaks to, and then you're both going to become miserable.
That is such a man way of answering it. But here's what.
All
Here's
right, what's the woman way of
no.
answering it?
Here's my question: is he allowed to make friends then? He's not letting her have any friends.
Mm.
So is he allowed to have friends? Because if not, then
He's obviously one of them insecure guys, isn't it?
what? Right. When somebody turns around to me, when a girl ever says, "Oh, my boyfriend would never let me do," your boyfriend would what? What? Your boyfriend?
Yeah.
It automatically the red flag in my head goes ping, because it's like like my boyfriend would let me do that. My boyfriend doesn't let me wear that. I wouldn't be able to. My boyfriend would let me. Are you crazy?
I could never.
Are you crazy?
I could never.
Are you letting a man tell you where you can go, who you can go with, what you can do, when to text, when to fucking breathe?
Mm.
What's next? He's gonna let you know when you can have a shower. It becomes. Where's the line? Where is the line?
That's one thing I will say. If you're a young woman and you're watching this and you're getting into a relationship and you see red flags like that, leave him as soon as possible. Otherwise, you'll just have an unhappy life.
It will only get worse.
Yeah.
I've seen it with countless people. It will only get worse.
Don't stand for it.
No,
Yeah?
you're gonna let a penniless man tell you what to do. Well, it's true.
Why does money have to come into it, Hannah?
It's true, actually. No,
Why does money have to come
No,
into it?
I was just like
You
that
little
annoyed
gold
me.
digger.
That annoyed me, so I just wanted to say it. Right, going off of relationship dilemmas, I need to mention again how hot I am in this room. The weather in the UK right now.
Yeah. Can I just say what the fuck is going on?
I like September. Those poor kids going back to school right now. Honestly, I would feel awful if I was them. Bless
I
their
mean,
hearts.
do you remember in school they wouldn't let you take your blazer off, even if it was blistering heat?
No, that was such a stupid rule, by the way. Let's just add that on. And all the boys, you not having to wear ties. I did feel really bad for you not having to wear ties.
But how is it legal to not let a student take their blazer off? Like it's like when a teacher, oh my god, this was the worst. When you was in school and a teacher wouldn't let you go to the toilet. Sir, miss, can I go to the toilet? No. Excuse me?
To be fair, teachers, a lot of them would let girls go, and not the
Yeah, but
boys.
that's not fucking fair.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Because you're a female. There's also no. I also want to talk about this. I'm going off on a tangent again.
Go on, tell us.
Why is it whenever you go shopping and walk into a store, the ground floor is always the women's shopping, and the men have to walk up or down? It's
Right.
never ever the men's stuff first.
Because
Why is that?
because they know they're consumers. They know that women are the
I'm
ones
glad
that
you
are
said
going to
that
the shop.
because I thought you were going to be like, oh, it's just the way it is. It's just
No,
a
but
coincidence.
you know that. You know that. There's
So it's
always
because they know women are more easily influenced into buying
yeah,
and
but
spending
no,
money.
but it's because there are more shops with women's things that are retail. Do you know what I mean? So like when you go into a town centre and you go shopping, the shops that you go to are mainly tailored for women, but they have men's sections in them.
Yeah, what the
But
fuck?
there are also men's shops. You forget that there are men shops just for men's stuff too.
No, I'm sorry, but when you walk into a store like H&M and
Mm.
it's 80% women's clothes, 20% men's clothes,
Because we buy
that is
more.
not
It's
fair.
probably it's just 'cause we shop more there. That's it. They know they're consumer. What's the point in making a whole massive floor for the men if they're only going to use 5% of it?
That is true.
Anyway, moving on from that, back to the kids at school, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll make you feel really old. I'll make everyone feel really old right now. The kids starting year 7. So the kids right now, if you're starting year 7, are born in 2012. Also,
Fuck.
I know. I know.
Do you know why 2012 feels like yesterday to me?
Why?
Because everyone used to tell me that the world was going to end in
Do you
2012.
remember the Mayan thing?
And
That was right at the end of
yeah.
school year in
And do you remember
2012.
the movie that came out in 2012? And it
Yeah.
was about the world ending.
Yeah.
And oh my god, the years leading up to 2012, Hannah. Because I think that came out in 2008. For 4 years,
We all thought the world was going to end.
every time I heard an aeroplane go over my house, I thought it was an earthquake or I thought it was a tsunami. It gave me a really bad anxiety complex.
I think it was literally the last day of school, wasn't it? That it happened. I remember we were in school when it happened.
What
When it was meant
happened?
to happen, when the world was meant to end.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where that came about. It's so random, but like thinking.
That fucking guy that used to predict shit,
Mm.
innit?
But guys, 2012, like 2012, the kids like imagine, so like we're born 2000, yeah. So much happened in 2000 that we don't really know about, like pop culture and things like that, because
Yeah.
we were born. They don't know anything about they don't know about Justin Bieber from 2012.
Do you not think?
I don't. They don't
Do you
know.
not think?
I don't think they know about old Justin. They probably know about it, but they didn't live through it. It's so different, like BBM and like geek tops and stuff like that, and like it
I
just.
suppose it's so true,
There's
innit?
so many things that they're
We
just.
expect everyone to know all this stuff, but when in reality, the people that we see on an everyday basis who are
Yeah.
14 and below
Yeah.
probably don't know any of that.
They've never understood the struggle of putting your phone together and Bluetoothing a song and walking past a radio and having your phone connecting, going
Or
that
swapping a
noise.
BlackBerry battery.
Swapping your BlackBerry battery. It's wild. I felt really, really old when I thought about that earlier. 2012, you guys.
Yeah, I mean we're still babies though, aren't we? We've still got some
Yeah,
years on us, babe.
But it just does. I have recently have started to feel a bit like, wow.
Are we the people that kids now look up to as adults?
I think so.
Are we them
Callum. I
people?
think so. I think we're not even.
I still feel like a baby.
We are young adults though, still, aren't we? We're not.
We're young adults, but yeah, if it's someone who's in year 7, they probably look up at us and think, "Oh my god, that's an adult."
We're so old. Do you remember you used to look at people that are like in their 20s and think you're so much older than me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like when I was a kid, I used to like hang around with all these people in my neighborhood, and there was some kids that were older, and I used to think, "Oh my god, they're adults," when in reality they were like 13.
Yeah, they're so big, so much bigger than me.
Yeah.
No.
But now, oh my god, I walked past a group of sixth formers the other day. Hannah, they looked about 12.
You said this. He was like, Hannah, are they in sixth form? I was like, yeah. He went, they look so young. They look so young.
Is it just me, or as time's going on, everyone just looks younger and younger?
I think that just happens with age. Though you start to see younger people, and you start to think, oh, you know.
Yeah, but
That's what it
I've
is.
seen clips of like students in the 80s, and they looked about 40.
That's true, actually. That is true.
Why does everyone
Full
all of a sudden
beards.
look younger? Is it
Full
like
beards.
full beards, long hair, like just facial structures that were just adultly?
It makes me laugh. Right, I saw a post the other day. Again, I get all my information from social media. It's bad. I need to start reading more books again.
Everyone does. It's the way forward.
I know, and it was like an old post of. It was like a video from the 90s, and all the comments were like, not a phone in sight, back when nobody had any allergies, back when everything was normal, like all that stuff, like the older
Yeah.
generation obviously commenting it because it was their generation, I get it. But I was thinking about it and I was like, because like me and Callum both have a lot of allergies, like we both had asthma, we both had eczema. So back in the day,
Yeah, the eczema.
what, yeah, eczema, but like say like when my dad was growing up, that thing, it was never a thing.
So what you're saying is 30 years ago, why weren't all these hereditary diseases about?
Well, yeah, like you know,
Like eczema,
yeah,
um, IBS,
yeah,
colitis.
celiac disease. Like there's a lot of stuff now that we know about that most people have it. Like you go to a restaurant, you sit down,
Hmm.
you're in a group of 8, at least a quarter of you have
Yeah.
some sort of intolerance,
It,
have some sort of
well, it
allergy.
could be the change in food over the years. It could be something they've introduced that they shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Or it could be that just because social media is now a thing, we're seeing more of it. So it seems like there's more. Do you know what I mean? Because you got to
that's
think 30
true.
years ago, you wouldn't see it all over social media. You
Mm.
wouldn't see someone with eczema. You wouldn't see someone with IBS. You wouldn't see as many people with colitis. And people weren't as sociable as we are now. They're just in their own neighborhoods doing their own little thing. As the world's gone on, we've just expanded and we've explored.
I think it's more so as well that technology's advanced so much that we kind of know, like you can kind of tell if someone's coming to you and they're saying that they're having, I don't know, gut issues, rather than it just being change your diet, it's, oh, let's get you an allergy test, you have an intolerance, so you know. So I think it's that we know more about that stuff now and how to help with it, that it's
Yeah.
changed. So I just think it's mad now that people have all these, like, we have all these issues and we know so much more about them. But
Mm.
back then, like, to them it's wild that it's happening now. Do you think in like 30 years time there'll be stuff that comes out and we're gonna be like, oh, back when everyone was like this and back when people were like this, like that's
Yeah.
gonna be us.
Yeah. I think in 5, 10 years' time, it will come out vapes actually killing people.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it will be the next thing like asbestos, cigarettes, and everyone will be like, oh my God, it's so bad for you. They'll start putting on the rappers that it fucking kills, blah, blah, blah.
Well, they
And then
still
we'll all be like,
do.
I told you so. And it's such a shame because everyone I know and love is vaping. And I'm just watching them slowly fucking kill themselves, and it's just horrible.
Wow, Callum.
All right, all right, all right. Getting away from all this sad subject.
Stop crying, darling. It's
I
alright.
know. I want to talk about social media. My
Oh,
social media is now so hard. It's not like it used
elaborate.
to be. For example, if you want to make it on social media now, you have to come with a £10,000 camera setup. You have to come with $1 million in your bank account so you can do all this and that. I miss the days where social media used to be vlogging, Vine, and just people posting pictures of them doing fun shit.
Mm.
Whereas now you got the likes of Mr. Beast who's spending over $1 million on each video. How can you compare?
I must admit, Mr. Beast has made the game hard.
Uh,
It's like you now have to be doing the craziest shit.
yeah.
Unless you're already super liked and lovable and already have a huge following or something super, super niche that you're doing,
hmm
it is so difficult.
Personally, I think Mr. Beast not ruined YouTube, but he's just made it ridiculously impossible to compete.
Mm. But in any case, it was going to become oversaturated soon. Like it's with anything, isn't it?
Mm,
It's the same with Vine. Like the amount, like there was, it started off with only a few people.
yeah.
Vine became massive. It just happens with social media. Like same with YouTubers. Like YouTube is now oversaturated, but there were an original bunch. But
Mm.
why is it that we're always so nostalgic about things? It's like we can never be excited for the future. Like I feel like we're always. Do
That's
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah. That's
Because
a
I
good
saw
point.
there was a movie. I came on my For You page again. All my information's from TikTok. Anyway, and it was a movie with Owen Wilson. It was about how he'd always spoken about how he'd wanted to go back in time and like he wanted to live in the 20s, and he'd gone back in, like each scene is him going back to the 20s, and in the 20s it's the people being nostalgic about being living in 20 years before. So it's like we can never win. As a society we are so nostalgic and we always just want to be
Yeah,
living, we want to be living in the past, we never want to be living in the moment. It's like we never sit there and think I'm happy with what is going on presently. I think
yeah.
about, oh, do you remember how good those days were, or do you remember
Mm.
how good that was, or oh, I remember 20 years ago when we did this,
Yeah,
and
I get you.
we're always talking about the past. It's like you can never win.
So, do you think if, for example, someone was to come back and bring Vine back for a bit, it would blow up again? Do
Yeah.
you think, for example, if someone started doing old school vlogging again on YouTube, it would blow up again? You got to think as well, short form content has had a massive effect on long form content. People's attention spans, so they're not watching
Mm.
long form content
Mm.
anymore. And that's what I mean. It's the world's evolving, everything's changing.
Yeah.
And like you said, sometimes watching something that's nostalgic can be absolutely fucking
Yeah.
unreal.
Well, it's like even with like Fortnite. people were so like the new map. Oh, I miss old Fortnite. They brought back Tilted Towers. Everyone was super gassed.
Mm.
And it's like the only reason that people are doing that, it's not because Tilted Towers is the most amazing thing in the whole world. I've played Fortnite. It's decent, right?
Yeah.
Tilted Towers was great back in the day, but the new Fortnite is a lot better. It's better just graphically wise, it's
Yeah.
better. But purely because it was from back in the day,
Mm.
it went crazy. And that's literally just it. We can never we need to start living in the moment, people. We need to start because now, this moment we're living in right now, that's going to be our nostalgic in a few years' time.
Yeah.
Do you know what
And
I
that's
mean?
why I absolutely love the saying, you don't know it's a moment until it's a memory.
You don't know it's a
Boom,
moment.
boom, boom. What song is that from? It's a Sunny Fodera
It's
song, right?
called 99 Summer Back, I believe.
Okay, and I never understood what it meant. And then one day I listened to it and I was like,
You don't realize you're in a moment
fuck.
until it's a
And it's
memory.
so true. You don't realize that what you are in is a unbelievable moment until it's a memory. And it's 2 weeks down the line, and you're like, I wish I could be there again. And once I figured that out, I am in the moment everywhere I go. I'm
Mhm.
not thinking about what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm not thinking about what I could have done. I'm thinking about what I'm doing in that moment and how I can make it the best fucking time of my
Whoa,
life.
whoa, whoa, whoa! That's if there's one thing you're going to take away from this podcast. It's to be present in what you're doing, because you go away on holiday, you spend time with your friends, you're doing little everyday things. Yes, Callum, you're doing little everyday things, and you don't realize that they're actually really important.
Yep.
So it's really it's a big thing to sit there and actually take it back and be like, do you know what? Even if you're sitting there reading a book, you're comfy, you're at home, live in that moment, because it's making you who you are. When you're older, you'll be looking back and thinking, oh, do you remember when I used to do that? Oh, do you remember when I used to be like this? And you don't realize it at the time. So just deep breath when things are
Yep.
happening. Right now, if you're sitting here watching this, just take it in,
Let's
take it
make
all
it
in.
an ASMR.
And let's make it ASMR.
Take a deep breath.
But that's one thing you can do actually to be more present, is to take very deep breaths.
Yeah, you do it when we're out, don't you? So
The
what
five
Hannah does is when we're out, to take in the moment, she says, right, 5 senses, let's do it. And what is it?
Oh, my friend Kat told me this. She's gonna hate me if I do it wrong.
Go on.
So it's what can you smell? What can you see? What do you feel? What can you touch? Oh, there's smell, breathe, smell, see, touch, feel, hear. What can you hear?
Okay, so it's that vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All I can smell is my breath bouncing back off the mic.
All I feel is
I should have
sweaty.
mouthwashed.
All I feel is sweaty from this boiling podcast room right now.
My
God,
leg hairs are actually intertwining. Is it
intertwining. Sorry,
intertwining?
this is something else about social media, right? Callum used to pronounce a meme
Oh my
either
god.
a meme or a meme. Now
Right.
he would alternate between meme and
So
meme.
I want to ask you guys, how do you say meme? Because when that shit first came about, I was calling it a meme. I was calling it a what else? A meme. And then eventually someone heard me and was like, what did you just say?
Me, because we were
Was it you?
we'd first got together and we were sat there like we was young. We were sat
Oh
there
yeah.
watching something, and you were like, "Oh, look at this meme," and I went, "Pfft, "What
No, I said meme.
meme?"
I said, look at this. No, no.
It was either it was one of them,
It was Mimi because I used to say meme and then someone corrected me and then I started saying Mimi.
and I went, "What?" And he was
Yeah,
like, "A meme," and I was like, "Callum,
I know. What a dickhead. But
it's a meme."
it's like, how do you say GIF?
GIF,
No, it's not. It's GIF. GIF.
GIF. Why would it be GIF? It's a J. It's not J. It's G. GIF.
But why would it be a GIF?
GIF.
But then it's like, all right, why is the word generation not generation?
You make a valid
Explain
point, but
that.
I'm just telling you, it's GIF.
But how do you know it's GIF? I'm searching this up on Google. How do you pronounce the word
Callum
GIF?
loves to try and prove me wrong, and I'm never wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it stands for graphics interchange format. And it's
GIF.
So it's GIF.
Thank
I'm
you.
not going to stop saying GIF though.
Back in a jiffy.
Yep, I'll be back.
That's what it sounds
I'm going
like.
to send you a GIF.
I want to go back to Beard Meats Food for a second. So obviously he
My
does a lot of
favourite.
he does a lot of food challenges, right? But they're in America a lot of the time, so he tours America a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't put two. Like I knew about it, but I didn't really know about it. In America, yeah, you know what I mean. In
What?
America, like if you're a waiter or a server, you literally rely on your tips to survive. So
I've heard this, yeah.
so in the UK, obviously, once you get your bill, your service charge is the tips for the people, and you can add on a little bit more if you want, but usually it's like what 15, 20, 12% of what you pay goes to the servers. So you don't really worry about giving them a tip. In America, it's like it's brutal. You have to like write down the amount you want to give them, and like to that specific server, like at the end of the meal. Like, wouldn't that stress you out? I feel really bad for those servers.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And the other day I saw a video of some guy who was delivering pizza and he's like, just for future reference, we live off our tips,
Yeah.
so you have to tip me. And I was kind of like, okay, I understand, but so he wouldn't have earned anything without that tip.
Well, he would have. It would been like minimum wage. Like it's sort of like you basically in America, what the consensus is, you get paid off of how good you are individually as a person. Do you know what I mean?
So in America, you have to tip, really.
No, so in America, like people, especially tourists, don't realize that when they go there, they have to add a tip on because it's just already done for us here in the UK. But in Europe, usually as well, it's done. Like, wouldn't that stress you out
That's
so
so
much?
shit.
And another thing, okay, here's another thing. I'm going off on a tangent now, right? So in America, when you go to a shop, you go to Walmart, you go to Walmart,
You go to Walmart?
you go to the checkout,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they say $16.95. Oh wait, no, $25. And you're like, what?
Oh, because of the tax,
They
the
put
VAT.
tax on VAT
Yeah.
at the checkout, right? So in the UK, it's all included. So if you pick up something, it's $2.99. You go to the till, it's $2.99.
Yeah.
In America, you pick up something, it's $2.99. You go to the till, it's $3.59. Why?
Yeah, so
Why would they do
add the
that?
tax and that after. I don't know why. Makes
I
no
would
sense.
be so stressed out walking around that shop.
No, because you got to think, if you live there your whole life, it doesn't make sense. But if you're walking around and you're like, okay, so that's 250, automatically in their head they probably go, okay, so really it's 350, it's 4.
They're probably really good at maths because
Yeah,
they're always
exactly.
adding on that percentage.
Whereas for people like us, if we go to America, we pick it up, we're like, oh, it's a tenner, bargain. We get there, it's 17, 20
I'll be
quid.
walking around with a calculator, like, right, so how much is this
That's
actually
what I
going to
mean.
be?
Yeah,
Like,
so yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah, America's just weird the way they
it
fucking
doesn't
do
make,
stuff.
but I think it's because we're just not used to it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me that
Mm.
why would they choose to use that system rather than just emptying the tax and just putting it on, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's strange. It is strange. It is very weird. It's just a lot. It's more work.
Yeah.
It's just more work.
Yeah.
Why would you have to do that?
So before we end out today's podcast, before me and Callum completely self-combust and
I'm melting.
overexhaust from the heat in
My
this room.
my nutsack is in a ball of sweat. It probably looks like a little noodle soup down there right now. Couple dumplings.
So anyway, we would like to give a big shout out to our sponsors for today, which are Shure.
Shure microphones. We thought we'd invest in some better microphones, guys, because as you know, our quality up until a couple of weeks ago, well, a few weeks ago now, was absolutely appalling.
So if you guys watch a podcast, this is literally what they use. This is what everyone uses.
I feel like such a professional.
We're still professional now.
This is just what everyone's using,
and it's
you
all
know?
because of Shure.
So big up Shure. I appreciate you, gang.
Thanks, guys.
They've just celebrated their 50th year anniversary.
No way, they've been going 50 years.
So they sent these out to us. Big up Shure and congratulations on your 50-year anniversary.
And now we sound crispy.
Crispy,
just like how I'm gonna feel in a minute when I'm roasting like crispy bacon under these
seriously,
lights.
my toenails are probably fucking cooked. I probably got like just pork scratchings you get in a packet.
Oh,
I
Callum.
reckon that's what my toenails are.
Sorry.
Right now.
Also, do you not think that pork scratchings are one of the most disgusting things in the entire world?
I like pork scratchings.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're butters.
Yeah.
Pork, like that's one of the one British cuisine that I'm gonna say is just fucking black pudding.
Oh my god,
Pork
black
scra-
pudding tastes
Black
like arsehole.
pudding is one of the grossest things in haggis.
Haggis. I've never had that.
Oh my god, it's making my eyes water.
I've never had haggis.
Disgusting. Haggis. Escargot. Obviously, I know it's not English, but it's snails.
What's escargot?
Snails.
What the fuck?
No,
Why
no,
is it
sorry.
called escargot?
Or is escargot eels? Jellied eel.
I don't know. Jellied eels is nice though. I think I remember having that and it was actually alright. I'm dead serious.
We're breaking up.
I think I like a bit of jellied eels, you know.
We're breaking
Hey,
up.
do you like my Scottish accent? Is
I
that
do,
good?
I do.
Is my Scottish accent good?
Well, we both have.
Do you know what? I'm gonna close this podcast out in Scottish
Well, what's
accent.
funny is that me and Callum actually both have Scottish uncles.
We actually do have Scottish uncles, mate.
Not blood related, both of us as well.
Not blood related. Is it blood related? They
Callum,
do
shut
they
up
roll
now.
their eyes a little bit?
You're stressing me out
okay,
right now.
sorry. Alright,
For
sorry.
fuck's sake.
No, seriously, we're gonna have to end this podcast. I wish we'd done it outside. Like my bed sheets are sweating. My boxers have been sucked up my
All right,
arse.
Callum, we don't need graphics and visuals of it because it's disgusting. Okay, we're done.
My hairs are soaked.
Callum just takes his top off and it's just like his chest hairs are all dripping
I
down.
haven't got any chest hairs.
Oh, darling.
Actually, I do.
you
I
do have a
now.
few. Oh, you do.
Call me Clark Kent.
Anyway, guys.
Guys, we just we want to say thank you so much for tuning in every time.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate it. We do want to get a guest on soon. However, we're still trying to build the podcast to make it something beautiful before we do. We don't want to make it about getting guests on, really, do we? It's about building a relationship with you guys and
Yeah.
showing you what we're really like behind the scenes, because obviously the videos you see online, they're characters, they're exaggerated versions of ourselves, and here I feel like we can be real. It's
Yeah.
like a therapy
Here,
session.
Callum can tell you if his nutsack's feeling sweaty or not.
Swimming like noodles. Know what I
Please,
mean?
please, please.
So, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate
We
each and every
do.
single one of you that tune in every week,
We
guys.
do. We read all the comments and we appreciate absolutely everything. Everything, 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 everything.
Absolutely everything.
Everything, everything.
And I've given Hannah more charge of stuff, so you can upload the clips now.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
No worries.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you, family.
We hope you have a lovely day and week, and we'll catch you next Sunday.